Everyone thinks you need thousands of dollars to start a farm. Seriously. People look at farming and they see expensive equipment, land costs, seed investments, livestock purchases. They do some quick math in their head and think, there's no way. I don't have $5,000 just lying around. So they don't start. They stay stuck. They keep buying their food from stores they don't trust, eating products they're suspicious about, missing out on the independence and income they could actually have. But here's what nobody tells you. The minimum to actually start generating farm income is way lower than you think. Not $5,000. Not even $2,000. We're talking about something you could save in 2 or 3 months if you're serious about it. I'm going to show you exactly what $500 gets you. I'm going to show you 2 real farmers who started with that exact amount. One of them made $3,000 their first year. The other made $8,000. Same investment, different results. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why. But more importantly, you're going to know the exact breakdown of what to buy. You're going to see the month-by-month timeline of when you start seeing returns. You're going to understand the psychology of why this works. And most importantly, you're going to have the confidence to actually start. Because here's the thing that keeps most people broke. They're waiting for the perfect moment. They're waiting to have enough money. They're waiting to know everything. They're waiting to feel ready. But the people who are actually building farm income, they're not waiting. They started with $500 and they learned as they went. So let me ask you something. What if $500 was actually enough? What if all the barriers you think exist actually don't? What if the only thing between you and farm income is just starting? That's what we're exploring today.
Let's break down exactly what $500 buys you in farm equipment and setup. And I want to be specific here, not vague. Actual numbers, actual items, because specificity builds confidence. Here's the reality. Most of your $500 goes to housing and equipment for your animals. Not the animals themselves. The structure. Let's say you're starting with quail. Quail are the fastest path to ROI. Here's the breakdown. 2 breeding cages with nesting boxes, $75. These are simple wire structures. Nothing fancy. You can find them online, used, or basic new ones. Feeders and water systems, $15. Lighting setup for consistent laying, $30. This matters because quail respond to light cycles. Bedding materials for 6 months, $30. So far we're at $150 in infrastructure. Birds themselves, $50 for 12 breeding quail. That's your foundation. They'll start laying in 6 to 8 weeks and produce consistent eggs almost immediately. Now let's add backup supplies. Extra feed for the first month while you figure out the system, $40. Transportation crate and basic tools, $25. First aid supplies and basic record-keeping supplies, $20. We're still under $200. Now, here's where people go wrong. They stop thinking about infrastructure and start buying random stuff they think they need. Don't do that. With the remaining $300, you have options depending on your situation. Option 1. Scale horizontally. Buy 2 more breeding setups. You've now got 24 birds producing. That changes everything. Option 2. Diversify. Add rabbits. A basic rabbit setup is $150. Suddenly you've got 2 income streams. Option 3. Buffer. Keep it as operating capital for feed, unexpected costs, emergencies. Here's what I recommend for beginners. Split it. $100 for 2 additional quail cages. $150 for a basic rabbit setup. $150 for operating capital and contingencies. But here's the mental shift that matters. You're not thinking, what's the minimum I need? You're thinking, what's the fastest path to income? Because those are different questions. The minimum to keep quail alive is maybe $50. The fastest path to actual monthly income is closer to $300. And here's the timeline. Week 1 to 4, setup and establishment. You're not making money yet. You're investing time and attention. Week 5 to 8, first eggs from quail. You're breaking even or close. Month 3, you've got enough production to start selling. Month 4, real income month. Month 6, ROI recovery complete. So the question becomes, can you afford not to start? Because here's the math. By month 6, you've recovered your investment. By month 12, depending on your sales strategy, you're looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 in income from that original $500 investment. That's not theoretical. That's what real farmers are doing right now. But here's what separates the farmers making $3,000 a year from the ones making $8,000. It's not the animal. It's not the investment. It's the sales strategy. It's understanding who your customer is and how to reach them. It's pricing correctly instead of underpricing. It's building systems instead of winging it every day. That's what we're going to explore in the case studies. Meet Sarah. She started her quail operation 8 months ago with exactly $500. She's not a farmer background. She's a nurse with a day job. She wanted extra income without the commitment of traditional farming. Here's what she bought: 2 quail breeding cages, basic setup, 12 birds, feed, and supplies. Total, $490. $10 left over, which she saved for contingencies. Smart. Month 1 and 2 were learning months. She set up the cages in her garage, got the lighting right, figured out the feeding routine. Her birds started laying around week 6. By week 7, she had about 30 eggs a week. She wasn't making money yet. She was reinvesting everything into the system. But she was learning. Month 3, she had consistent production. About 140 eggs per week. She started asking herself, who buys quail eggs? The answer surprised her. It wasn't farmers' markets. It wasn't restaurants. It was people like her. People who shop online. People who care about quality and are willing to pay for it. She created a simple Facebook post. Fresh quail eggs, $4 per dozen. Nothing fancy. No branding. Just honest. 30 eggs equal about 2.5 dozen. At $4 a dozen, that's $10 a week. Not life-changing, but it's happening. Month 4, she's got 5 regulars who buy from her weekly. Now it's $50 a week. She's covering her feed costs and then some. She's actually ahead. She decides to scale 1 more cage. Another $150, but now she's financing it from sales instead of personal money. Month 5 through 8, her weekly income stabilizes at around $80. That's $320 a month. For 8 months of work, she's grossed about $1,500. Subtract her $500 initial investment and her feed costs, about $60 a month, and she's looking at actual profit. By month 8, she's recovered her investment plus $100. Not world-changing, but it proves the model works. Here's what I want you to notice. Sarah didn't have thousands of dollars. She didn't have a farming background. She didn't even have a business plan. What she had was a simple system and commitment. Her mistakes: month 1 she overwatered the bedding and got mold. That taught her about ventilation. Month 3 she priced too low initially at $3 per dozen. She lost customers when she raised it to $4 because they assumed she'd lowered quality. She learned that price signals value. Her wins: she kept good records. She knew exactly how much feed cost, how many eggs she produced, how much she made. When the numbers got good, she could see it clearly. She also asked for feedback from customers. One customer suggested she could do bulk orders for a local restaurant. Now she supplies 40 dozen per month to them at $5 a dozen wholesale. That's $200 extra monthly. By month 12, though we're only at month 8 in her timeline, the projection is between $3,000 and $4,000 in first-year gross income from her quail operation. She's working about 5 hours a week managing it. She's covering her time investment and making actual profit. And here's the critical thing: she knows exactly what's working and what's not. She's not confused about business. The numbers tell her the story. That's the slow burn model. Steady, sustainable, real. Now meet Marcus. He also started with $500. Same time frame as Sarah. But by month 8, he's on track for $8,000 in first-year income. 4 times what Sarah's doing. Same investment. Different execution. What's the difference? Marcus didn't start with quail. He started with rabbits. Here's why that matters. Rabbits have faster scaling potential. A single pair produces multiple litters. Each litter has 6 to 10 babies. At 12 weeks, those are market weight meat rabbits worth $15 to $20 each. Month 1. Marcus invested his $500 into 3 breeding pairs, $30 each, basic cages and supplies, $200, and initial feed, $100. He built his setup in a spare shed. Total, about $450. Month 2, his first litter arrives. He's got 10 baby rabbits. He's not selling yet. He's learning how to handle them, how to manage the timing. He's working through the biological realities. Month 3, first babies are at market weight. He sells 8 rabbits to a local restaurant contact he had from a previous job. $15 each. $120. After feed costs, he's got maybe $70 profit. His breeding does have a second litter. Now he's got more babies coming. Here's where Marcus did something different. He didn't sell to individual customers on Facebook. He immediately went to restaurants. Because restaurants buy volume and they buy consistently. One restaurant order beats 50 individual customers, making life complicated. Month 4 through 6, he's supplying 15 to 20 rabbits per month to 2 restaurants. That's $300 monthly. But here's the key, he's also reinvesting in more breeding pairs. He goes from 3 pairs to 6 pairs. His production capacity doubles. Month 7, he adds a 3rd restaurant. His volume is now 25 to 30 rabbits per month. $450 monthly. By month 8, he's completely recovered his investment and he's generating $450 monthly from rabbit meat sales. 12 months extrapolated? About $5,000. But that's just meat. He also has byproducts. Here's what most people miss. Rabbit manure is premium fertilizer. Marcus collected his manure and sold it to local gardeners and small farms. An additional $100 monthly. Rabbit hides can be tanned and sold. He found a leather worker who buys them. Another $70 monthly. Suddenly we're at $5,700 from direct sales plus an additional $1,200 from byproducts. We're at about $7,000 for the year. On a $500 investment. His leverage was different from Sarah's. Sarah focused on direct-to-consumer and built strong relationships with individual customers. Marcus went B2B, business to business. Restaurants. Volume. Consistency. His mistakes. Month 2, he lost 3 rabbits to poor ventilation. That was $80 down the drain. He learned to invest in proper hutches. Month 4, he had to stop taking orders for 3 weeks because he didn't plan his breeding correctly. He missed the timing. He recovered quickly, but he learned the importance of planning ahead. His wins, restaurants are loyal. They needed rabbit consistently. Once he proved reliable, they reordered automatically. No marketing needed. No convincing. Just consistent supply. By month 12, he's got 6 breeding pairs producing, 3 restaurant accounts, a side income from manure and hides, and he's thinking about adding chickens to his setup. Here's the interesting part. Marcus is also working a day job. He spends about 6 hours per week managing his rabbits. He's making $450 a month from 6 hours of work. That's about $18 an hour beyond the profit margin. That's not bad for side income. The difference between Marcus and Sarah comes down to strategy. Same animal class, both raising livestock. Different animals, different income potential. Different sales channels, restaurants versus individuals. Different scaling approach, bulk versus relationships. Now, Sarah and Marcus both made it work. But plenty of people start with $500 and end up with nothing to show for it by month 6. The difference isn't luck. It's avoiding these specific mistakes. Mistake number 1, wrong animal choice. This might sound obvious, but so many people choose animals based on what they like, not what makes money. Someone loves goats, so they get goats. But goats require more space, more feed, more expertise than they realized. They get frustrated and quit. The antidote: before you choose an animal, research the income potential for your specific situation. Do you have 3 hours a week or 30? Do you have a garage or a backyard? Do you have wholesale connections or just social media? The animal should fit your constraints, not the other way around. Sarah chose right. Quail fit her time commitment. Marcus chose right. Rabbits fit his goal of restaurant sales. Wrong choices: someone with limited time choosing sheep. Someone in a small urban space choosing dairy goats. Mistake number 2, underestimating food costs. People buy animals and then act surprised that they eat. A $500 investment can evaporate into monthly feed costs if you don't budget correctly. You think, I'll just feed them what I grow. Most people don't actually grow enough, and they end up buying commercial feed constantly. The antidote: before you buy animals, calculate the monthly feed cost. Talk to people raising the same animals. Find out real numbers. Budget for it. Include it in your income projections. If the income won't cover the costs plus give you profit, reconsider. Sarah did this. She knew her monthly feed costs. She made sure her income covered it plus profit. Marcus did this too. He calculated that rabbit meat income would exceed rabbit feed costs by about $200 monthly after all expenses. Mistake number 3, no sales plan. This is the killer. Someone produces beautiful eggs or meat and then acts confused about how to sell it. They put a vague post on Facebook. They wait for customers. They give up when nothing happens. The antidote: before you even buy your animals, know who you're selling to. Will it be restaurants? Farmers markets? Direct to consumers? Online? Each requires a different approach. Each requires different pricing. Each requires different setup. Sarah figured this out, but it took her time. By month 3, she'd figured out that online direct-to-consumer worked. If she'd known this in month 1, she'd be ahead. Marcus got this right from the start. He knew he wanted restaurants. He approached restaurants. Done. Mistake number 4, no records. People keep everything in their head. They don't know if they're profitable. They don't know what's working. They can't improve because they can't see patterns. The antidote: keep simple records. How many animals? How much feed monthly? How much income? Profit or loss? A simple spreadsheet takes 5 minutes to maintain, and it changes everything about how you can scale. Mistake number 5, scaling too fast. Someone has success month 1, so they immediately buy more animals, more equipment, more everything. They overextend. They run out of money. They panic. The antidote: scale slowly. Prove the system works with your current setup first. Once you're profitable, reinvest profits into scaling. Let the business fund its own growth. This is what Marcus did. He waited until he was generating income before adding more breeding pairs. Mistake number 6, wrong pricing. This is subtle but deadly. Someone underprices because they're insecure or because they don't know their actual costs. They can't scale profitably because the margin is too thin. The antidote: know your costs. Know your value. Price accordingly. If your quail eggs are better quality, charge for it. Premium markets exist. Customers looking for quality expect to pay. Sarah learned this when she raised from $3 to $4 per dozen. She didn't lose customers. She actually gained ones who recognized the higher price as proof of higher quality. So here's what you now know. $500 is genuinely enough to start generating farm income. Not immediately, not without work, but within 6 months, you can recover your investment. Within 12 months, you can generate real income. Sarah's doing it. Marcus is doing it. Real people, real timelines, real numbers. But here's what separates the people who actually do this from the people who think about doing it: action. You now know the breakdown. You know the timelines. You know the case studies. You know what mistakes to avoid. So here's what you do today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Step 1. Choose your animal. Not perfect research. Just choose. Are you going to raise quail, rabbits, or something else? Give yourself 5 minutes. Choose based on your constraints. Time available? Space available? Sales connections? Choose the animal that fits. Write it down. Step 2. Research the actual setup for your chosen animal. I'm not saying spend a week doing this. I'm saying spend an hour finding one person online who's already doing this successfully. Watch their video. Read their post. Find out what they bought. Write down the cost list. Step 3. Add it up. How much would this actually cost for your animal? Can you afford it in the next 1 to 3 months? If yes, commit to a date. On March 15th, I'm buying my startup equipment. Put it on your calendar. If no, figure out what you can do in that time frame. Maybe it's $200 this month and $300 next month. Step 4. Find your customer before you buy your animal. This is crucial. This is what separates success from frustration. If you're going quail eggs like Sarah, find 5 people who would buy from you. Post online. Ask in groups. Find them now. If you're going rabbits like Marcus, find a restaurant or 2 who might buy rabbit meat. Make a phone call. Introduce yourself. Don't sell yet. Just explore. Step 5. Today, after this video, comment below. Tell me what animal you're choosing. Tell me what your constraint is. Time? Space? Market? I read every comment and I reply with specific guidance for your situation. Because your success matters. Because if you make it work, you prove it's possible. Because this community grows when we help each other. Here's the truth. In 6 months, you're going to be one of 2 types of people. You're either going to be the person who watched this, learned the system, and then didn't do anything. Or you're going to be the person who started. Sarah started. Marcus started. They didn't wait for perfect. They didn't wait until they knew everything. They started. And now they've got real income from their farms. Which one are you going to be? Your action starts today.